Recording na. Okay. Nakuha na ba yung mic nyo?
Hello.
Ayan.
Hello! Hi!
Dapat may entrance muna yung introduction nyo.
Yes.
Papasok kayo, lalakad kayo dito. Joke lang.
Gusto mo ba yan?
Hindi. Sige, okay, rolling na tayo.
Yeah.
Welcome to Life Talks by Pao, where every chat is a step closer to understanding life's intricate tapestry. We aim to touch one soul at a time, through the power of conversation and by sharing wisdom and life learnings to each other. Catch the episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Life Talks by Pao. Hello guys, may nagbabalik.
Hi!
Yung tagline natin, 1, 2, 3. Hello mga Ka-Forties!
Teka, nag-40 ka na ba?
Mag-40 sa 20, sa February.
Okay.
Oh, and belated happy
Yay!
birthday!
41 represent.
Oh.
Ikaw, 42.
42! So, next
Alam mo,
week.
ate.
So, ikaw pala ang pinaka-baby.
Yeah, well, 40 na din. Mag-40 na din. I claim to be 40.
Oh, yeah.
So, yun nga. So, new episode. And gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo na alam nyo ba na yung last episode natin nung pinublish was February during my birthday. Nung
Okay.
nagano tayo, Life Starts at 40 episode. That's actually the highest viewed episode.
Wow!
So,
Congratulations.
So, may mga nag-aabang sa atin.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, sige, wait
Cheers.
Aside from that, are we celebrating anything pa? Like, is it...
Your birthday.
Oh, yeah. And you mentioned kanina, di ba, na parang it's your podcast.
Yes.
Anniversary?
So, anniversary. So, first year ng podcast natin.
1 year.
1 year. Cheers ulit.
Happy first birthday! Okay na.
how time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, ang bilis, no?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm actually, looking back sa, na-realize ko lang na first year na siya. Obviously, di ba, sa social media, when you look into the, yung mga a year, memories, etc. So, doon ko lang na-realize na, 1 year na pala. That was October nung nag-start ako. And, yun lang, just siguro update, it has evolved na din talaga.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It has evolved. Ngayon, may camera na tayo maganda.
Oo nga.
Ayun nga pala yung camera. Doon ako nakatingin.
Oo.
Hello!
Do you remember like how what you felt you're shooting or recording your first episode?
Yeah.
Like what was that?
So, nag-interview ko.
Like-
Interview sa akin, diba? Pero okay lang.
Like, ano lang, syempre it's your anniversary.
Oo. Nung nag-reflect ako, parang I was trying to look back sa previous episodes.
Mm.
And talagang nakwento ko naman sa inyo and then sa listeners din na I just started from a perspective na it's a personal project.
Mm-hmm.
Na parang there's just a lot of thoughts in my mind that I really just want to put into platform. Tapos, actually yung ginagawa ko, like for example, while I'm driving going to work, sometimes I review the episodes. And then, so, siguro mga 20% ng viewers ako yun. Hindi. Parang
Doon naman nag-start talaga.
yung parang na-remind ka na parang, sinabi ko pala to, no? Parang, okay, it's applicable. So parang, talagang yung podcasting and then when you document things, it really helps you to be reminded. Of
Right.
your, life lessons, the teachings, the memories, the growth.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of growth, when I started podcasting, ako lang mag-isa nagsasalita. I only started with iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
So the audio was bad. The video quality was not that okay.
Right.
And then, yun, sabi ko nga, di ba, the second season happened and I invited guests and mas lumawak yung batuhan ng thoughts and perspectives. So, yun, I'm just really happy about the progress.
Parang it's like important to commend you kasi I have a lot of friends na nagbabalak talagang until now nagbabalak ng podcast. Even I.
Kagaya ko!
Kagaya mo. Hindi, even I. Like, maraming akong friends na nagyaya sa akin mag-podcast and all. Pero, For some reason, syempre, hindi maumpisahan and maybe
Correct.
a lot, most of them doesn't have guts, I guess,
Yeah.
to do it or share
mhm.
their soul, share their thoughts.
Right.
And I have to commend you for continuing doing this despite of your disposition, despite of your kasi iba-iba naman ng parang karga ng
Yeah.
tao, di ba?
Right.
So,
Actually, na-stop siya for a while, ah. Kung
Mhm.
napansin nyo, medyo, I think starting March yata until lately na lang, na-stop siya. Just because I got busy.
Aha.
Pero the things, yung mga ginagawa ko naman like doing coaching and talking to people, it's still happening. It's just not in the podcast.
Aha.
Actually, may nakausap akong fellow podcaster din. So I'm trying to reach na din to build a network. So, may isang podcaster din na parang syempre you ask questions and then they ask me questions as well. Parang sabi nila, "Uy, yung podcast mo, so I checked your podcast. May production team ka?" Sabi ko, wala. One-man team to. Sabi ko, from conceptualization, post and pre-production, even marketing,
Nice.
editing, ako gumagawa lahat. So parang sabi niya, wow, sipag mo naman. So I guess ano lang talaga, when it's really your passion to do it,
yeah.
you really find time.
Yeah.
So, but more than me, kamusta kayo? I know the last episode that we had was February and then nakita tayo ng birthday ni Yong.
Yeah.
Was that last week lang?
Yeah, last week.
Last week.
Ano ba
Tuesday.
yung ano natin? Ano ba yung topic natin doon?
Wala, mga
How does it feel
Ka-Forties.
na
Right.
40s?
Mga Ka-Forties.
Nagbago ba sa atin?
From Feb till today.
Yeah.
Ikaw?
Ikaw, Mamsh. Mamsh Jolets.
Ano ba? Well,
Bilang parating na rin ang birthday mo.
oo nga eh.
Turning 42.
42.
Akala ko
Next
43.
week. Ano ba? Nothing really great happened from February till today, honestly. It's just, things are more challenging. Kasi, I don't know if I mentioned it last time that we spoke, that as a woman pala, it's more difficult when you get 40s and above. Not for anything. Akala ko kasi dati, yung mga hormonal problems, wala lang yan. Diyos ko, arte lang yan. But now that I'm, actually experiencing it, it's more difficult. You have mood swings, craving for food that is very, like uncontrollable. And then you are so lethargic. So you really need to move. You need to create a routine para labanan siya. And at the same time, continuously, speak with your doctors and tell them na, hey, ito po yung nangyayari sa akin. Hindi po okay yung gamot na nire-reseta nyo sa akin. Alam mo yun, stuff like that. So, I'm trying to get by, but, tingin ko naman, I'm holding okay.
You're holding okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Ikaw, Yong, what's new?
A lot of things, but generally, as a 40-year-old, I just learned kasi daw na ang surge ng old age is during your 40s, parang specifically mid 40s. Tas ang next na is your 60s.
Oh, okay.
Kaya pala maraming nagsasabi na parang peak talaga yung 40s.
Okay.
Kasi yun yung physically din to ha.
Right.
Like you may look like this in your, let's say, 40 to 45, pero may changes na talaga. So it's hard to conceal, and I don't think I will have that effort na to conceal it, the age, for as long as I'll still work out, eat
properly,
healthy
right.
or properly. Ayun, pero generally I'm okay. Like nung birthday week, I was asked by one of my colleagues, younger colleagues, na how does it feel? If I have to describe myself being a 40-year-old guy to a color.
Color?
Wow.
Color. Okay.
Okay.
Very philosophical.
Uh-huh.
Ano yung color na yon? So, number one, I have to pick a color, and why is it connected to my disposition now as a 40-year-old
Right.
guy? So, sabi ko black. Obviously, it's my favorite color, pero sabi ko, black kasi is unpretentious. I'm at this age na, black kasi you can blend it with any color, you know? And, it's simple. It's, it is what it is, you know? But at the same time, may may certain mystery to
Yep.
to black.
Mhm.
So, yun, I guess to sum it up, ganun yung disposition ko na.
Yep.
Life is just simple, alam mo yun, there are trials and stuff, pero, you know,
Kasi parang black is like straightforward. When you say
yes,
black, it's
that-
black.
That's the term. That's the term.
Yeah,
yes,
like kasi
straightforward.
for example, when you say purple or violet, there could be lavender, there's
Mhm.
periwinkle.
Right.
There's different
Yes.
shades.
Walang
Aha.
light black,
Correct.
walang dark
Aha, aha.
black. It's just black. So I think that sums up who I am right now at my age,
Yep.
at our age. So yun.
That's nice. Ayun. So, actually, the reason why, and again, I honestly wanted to make this Ka-Forties as a regular segment.
Wow.
Marami ba tayong audience ng mga
Right.
Ka-Forties?
Marami tayong audience.
Hello mga
And
Ka-Forties.
the other day, and ito,
Importante hindi mukhang 40s.
correct.
Yeah.
Yun.
And the other day, this is a fact ha. Syempre sa kasi sa when you do podcast, there are some analytics behind it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then talaga na I would say siguro if I'm not mistaken, probably around 70% of our viewers are actually within that range.
30s, 40s.
30s, 40s. So talagang hello ka 40s talaga.
Hello,
Okay.
Ka-Forties. Yeah, we're here.
Oh, and maybe because siguro yung mga like the common friends that I have, the common friends that you
Yeah.
guys have
Right.
are in the same age range. But at the same time, nagugulat ako when I ventured out sa YouTube, which I don't know kung sino yung mga nagbo-views. Sa YouTube pala tayo, sobrang daming viewers ha.
Wow.
Okay.
So, doon din talaga, doon din, what do you call it? Siguro nakaka-relate yung mga tao.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so actually today, pag-uusapan natin, and not sure, well, I you guys already know, so this is my anniversary month.
Uh-huh.
So, and looking back to my journey sa Life Talks, it's all about self-improvement, it's all about motivation, all about, improving yourself. And then nag-evolve siya to, talking to a lot of people, talking to, friends and all. So it all boils down to somehow managing my own mental health, right? So October is actually Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, it's probably, do you still think na ano pa rin siya, taboo discussion pa rin siya, ang mental health?
I think for most Filipinos, yes.
That's correct.
Pero generally hindi na.
Hindi na.
Like you can at least within my circle you can actually talk about it openly and you can share your own to at least to the people you're close with.
Yep.
Right. I think you can start sharing na. Unlike before, that when you start admitting that, hey, you know what, I'm going through something, you will be judged
Yep.
immediately. Na ano ka ba, arte-arte lang yan, whatever. But nowadays, meron na, may chance ka nang mag-share, may chance ka nang i-admit na, hey, this is what I'm going through.
Yep.
But still, hindi pa rin ganun kalawak
Yeah.
yung pagyakap natin.
It helps kasi na people are already talking about it sa social media.
Right.
Yeah.
Ideas or stories about mental health are being highlighted or featured
Yep.
sa mga Netflix series.
Yes.
People can
Sa
already see it
songs.
sa songs.
Right.
Correct. Even mainstream artists, singers are already talking about it openly.
Yep.
Aha.
So may representation na yung taboo before na
Yep.
mental health.
I think for the longest time, kasi syempre ang perception nila pag sinabi mong may sakit ako, kailangan nakikita ka nilang nakaratay,
Physically.
Physically not well.
challenge or kung ano
Yeah.
man, but they don't.
Even, okay, sorry. Kasi na-mention mo na October is mental health awareness.
Yes.
September was World Alzheimer's Month
Oh,
naman.
okay. Aha.
Okay.
So even Alzheimer's dati parang sakit lang siya na matatanda, nag-uulyanin. Ngayon, di ba,
Aha.
marami na siyang
Aha.
layers and stages, etc. So, it helps that people are already...
So more people are, I would say, knowledgeable and aware.
Yes.
Kasi may
about it.
representation na sa mainstream media.
Yeah.
Right.
Na pag-uusapan na siya.
Obviously, compared to when we were much
kids,
younger.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a good segue kasi us being 40s,
Uh-huh.
iba yung na-experience natin during the time na we were probably 20s or teenager years
Oh, definitely.
versus to what's currently happening right now from a mental health perspective, no. Na-mention nyo kanina na mas aware yung mga tao, mas open to talk about it, etc., right? So yung if we're gonna look back dun sa era natin, like our teenage years, ano yung mga nakita nyong challenges ng mga tao about their mental health? Na ngayon, na-realize nyo, ano pala siya, no? Parang, maybe it's yourself or other people, nagsastruggle pala siya.
Well, ako, a general observation, and of course, siguro sa family ko rin, hindi kasi mahilig mag-usap ang pamilyang Pilipino na anak, pasensya ka na, or pag-usapan natin to. Ang mga magulang natin, their language of love is service. You know? When they're ready to admit or ready to, let's come into terms, they will start cooking food for you, they will start taking care of you. Pero yung
talk.
Exactly. Parang ano lang yan, madidismiss. Hindi, kalimutan na natin yun. Hindi siya napaprocess.
Oh.
Yun.
But why do you think, before it's like that? Na parang it's always being taken for granted or set aside?
Sabi nga nila kasi before, ang mental health sakit ng mayaman.
Oh.
And
actually, narinig ko yan.
Oo. And siguro in terms of, generally speaking, in terms of health services in the Philippines, correct me if I'm wrong, hindi siya masyadong nabibigyan ng pansin. More so, mental health.
Right.
So, in fact, kaya rin siya taboo, ang mental health, kasi dahil nga hindi napopondohan, hindi siya nabibigyan ng pansin, they are being isolated. Similar case to the lepers before.
Right.
Diba? Parang kailangan i-isolate sila. Kasi those are the things that we don't actually understand then.
And you know what I realized? Because back then, pag sinabi mo yan, that you're having mental health issues, automatically, ay, Diyos ko, baliw. Ay, naku, si Raul.
Or,
ano siya, or namana sa ganito, hereditary, namana yan, ganyan. Ngayon kasi, marami na kasing studies na nasulat, marami nang available na gamot. Kaya siguro, ganun na siya ka-accessible to many people in terms of knowledge and information about mental health. Back then kasi talaga, wala pang ganung access. Kaya sabi nila, sakit ng mayaman yun kasi only the rich can afford doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists.
So I think it's also related to diba, to us, to our culture specifically. So I've actually researched about this topic, and then one stigma or theme, common theme sa Filipinos. Number one is familial problems. Like tama yung sinabi mo na parang sa own family mo, the mentally ill person or may disorder are being rejected because it's something na parang feeling nila na inherit. So they
hiya kagad actually.
They're ashamed of that.
Ang nararamdaman. Ashamed.
Tsaka there's also some perception na you'll get by. You know what? Do this and you're gonna be okay.
Right.
So parang sort of tama ba yung term na maliit yung ganung intensity? Right.
At saka dati kasi hindi compartmentalize ang mental health conditions eh. Pag pare-pareho lang. It's all in one umbrella na baliw or sintu-sinto. Ngayon kasi parang na-identify
meron ka bang bipolar or something?
So meron na rin. I just
anxiety.
recently know, correct me if I'm wrong, there are psychological condition and
neurological. Neurological.
So parang even that, parang hindi mo na rin siya pwedeng i-generalize kasi compartmentalize na siya into specific conditions. And with that, yung pinanggalingan din, environment, etc.
And I think it's unfortunate kasi 'di ba before parang pag nababanggit mo 'yan, ang sasabihin lang sa'yo, naku, pumunta ka sa Mandaluyong.
Yun, exactly.
Punta ka sa
labas o loob, ganyan.
Yun lang
yun yung mga biruan before.
Yun lang ang pinaka
yun mga
yun ang pinaka identifier natin.
Sinabing 'di ba, pag tagasan ka Mandaluyong, labas o loob.
Yes.
Yun Dati hindi ko pa siya nagigets Yun palang ibig sabihin nun as we grow older.
Yeah.
Yung joke na yun ba is na nakaka-relate pa ba yung mga Gen Zs and Gen? Hindi na siguro, no?
I don't think so. No.
No, I also wanted to touch base about one thing that you've mentioned about the accessibility.
Yeah.
No? So, just to share, dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, no? I don't think, or personally, that this is my point of view, hindi siya masyadong, while it's good that people are more aware, but in terms of the support from the government, it's not that much yet.
Yeah.
We do have laws about this, like the Mental Health Act and Universal Healthcare Law. But do you guys know that only 5% of the expenditure is being addressed or being used sa mental health?
Yeah.
And that also explains na our psychiatrists in the Philippines is only 0.41 ratio. It's 0.41 per 100,000 people or
Wow.
Yeah,
peoples.
alam ko yan eh. Kasi,
Yeah.
yeah, I know some people na will just line up for hours
Yes.
to a specific or just one
Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist.
Wow. Parang kahit si Doc magbe-breakdown ko.
Totoo din.
Gano'n kahaba ang pila.
Totoo din. To absorb, no? All of
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At saka yun nga, dahil walang specific doctor for specific mental health.
Yes.
Diba? Unlike sa, let's say, Western or
Right.
na parang ito for familial issues lang, ito for alam mo yun,
Yes.
child psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Then parang mahirap din talaga for us.
Oh, and I'm
address
sorry,
it.
before I forget, I remember back in the 90s, pag sinabi mo kasing dalawa lang yun eh. I don't know kung sa inyo the same. Pagka nagpa-psychiatrist ka, it's either, ano tawag yan, yun nga, mandaluyong, or you're actually in a rehab because you're a
Yeah,
drug addict.
drug
addict,
Di
yeah.
ba medyo naaalala nyo?
Sa ano yan eh, sa mainstream media yan before sa mga movies na napapanood natin eh. Most of people na may mental health conditions na nare-represent sa mga mainstream media that time was just taong grasa, limited to yun nga,
Mga palaboy.
victims of substance abuse.
Right.
Basta victims.
Uh-huh.
Yun ang representation ng mga bata pa tayo sa mainstream
Correct.
media. I guess fortunately ngayon, nare-represent na sila as somebody na functional din.
Yes.
Alam mo yun,
Yes.
can be professionals too.
Can be
you know,
productive.
can be productive,
Yeah.
correct. And somehow na-embrace na rin siya on corporate setup. Even in the corporate setup.
I remember I think they're using a term right now like highly functional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then kadikit nun yung
Bilang taga-CEU tayo lahat, sorry. Parang trivia na isa ang CEU sa parang a few universities na may special education, right?
Yes,
Aware
yes.
kayo?
Yes. SPED.
No, sorry, ngayon ko
Oo.
lang nalaman. Okay.
So anyway,
Uh-huh.
at least now marami na din.
Yeah.
I think
Uh-huh.
mga universities and even special schools. Schools in general that allow and teach specific skills din. You know?
Yeah.
So,
You know, I like this conversation kasi talking about mental health awareness. Talking about it is actually first step, 'di ba? To
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of
Yes.
acknowledging
Yeah.
this. But I also wanted to talk about for maybe personal experiences or what we've experienced. Ano yung mga nagiging triggers na parang kasi for me I think ang key dito is you need to know the indicators or yung triggers para so you can manage it and also talk about it. Ano sa palagay niyo yung difference from our generation to the current generation now?
okay.
Do you think social media played a huge role into this?
Oh, definitely. Because, when you start scrolling social media, the very first implication is you try to compare your life dun sa napapanood mo,
Yeah.
sa nakikita mo.
Similar to watching a film din eh.
Uh-huh.
You wanna escape to your own reality by consuming social media. Ang bad side lang doon siguro is most of the time people felt bad kasi they tried to compare their lives
Right.
Yes.
to others, 'di ba? But yeah, Continue.
Kasi syempre parang sa movie, meron silang kaisipan na kamalayan na anong pelikulang yun?
Pelikula lang yan.
lang yan.
Oo.
Whereas nowadays, you know, when you go to social media, masyadong real life yung makikita. So
they can relate more.
yeah.
Real time.
Yeah, real time. So they're kind of expecting that, wait a minute, why is that person experiencing that? Pero ako nandito, nakalugmok, nagtatrabaho, walang na-achieve, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. To answer your or to address your question also, ano yung difference ng generation natin sa current ngayon?
Ngayon mas naging aware.
In lieu of social media siguro dahil tayo yung generation kasi natin na we didn't have this before maybe 15 20 years ago. So we only hear this kind of issues or information through word of mouth or some friends na we only know. Dati kasi iilan lang yung kakilala natin na may ganito. Ngayon kasi kahit hindi natin sila kilala personally because we saw it in social media, parang kilala na rin natin or na i-imprint na rin sa atin na everything, especially mental health, is within reach. Unlike before, 'di ba? Parang wala man akong kilala so I have nothing to say about it.
Right.
Unlike now na you can everything is just accessible and
Tsaka going back to the you know, the thing that we've mentioned earlier, sobrang laki kasi ng stigma before. And because of that stigma, if you're feeling something, you'd rather keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself.
Pa tayo dun sa ganong generation.
Yes.
Kaya meron pa tayong ganon na should we talk about it?
Yeah. Baka ako ano isipin ng ibang tao if I talk about
is it okay if
Yeah.
you want to talk about it openly? Unlike I've been to several Gen Z groups na they're just so open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
As in, parang ako pa yung nag-hold back kasi in our generation, we have to ask first. Sila talaga, may ano ako na-depress ako Alam mo yun? Kaya siguro, ganun din ang ano nila. I'm not generalizing pero in terms of work also na I talked to some employers na even as they not use it but it's also a reason, one of the reasons why they resign. Because of mental health issues, you know. Kasi
I can relate, ang daming ganyan sa corporate.
Correct. Yeah. To our generation, parang medyo ano pa 'yon, parang tayo halos magpakamatay
Exactly.
Alam mo yung appeal tayo. Sa generation nila, once they felt it, they acknowledge it na it's a reason.
Yeah.
It's
a valid reason.
We're not invalidating it.
Right.
Pero we're talking about the difference.
Yeah,
Sa
the difference.
generation namin sa Gen Z ngayon. I'm still, as an employer and also as a leader, handling younger workers, it's still learning sa akin, learning curve.
Yeah, that's true.
To understand kasi syempre galing tayo sa generation na we can handle things well, not well but at least differently. Sila talaga pag wala ganun. I'm sorry, magre-resign ako kasi apektado ang mental health ko. Di ba? It's hard to grasp
Correct.
Yes,
and wala ka naman sa position to
invalidate that.
Right. Ako naman, sorry.
Go.
As a parent, I just realized that they are really more open.
Yeah.
Tama ka. Maano sila, they are not afraid to admit.
Vocal.
They are not afraid to tell you that this is exactly what I'm feeling and this is what I need to address what I am feeling right now.
Yeah.
So yun lang, na parang nung una, tama ka na, wait a minute, di ko magets. Bakit?
Yeah.
Parang ganun. But, you know, as a parent, you know, you get by, you have to understand.
Yun yung tricky sa generation natin Kasi napagdaanan natin yung mga resilient generation.
Yep.
So, sorry sa mga matanda sa amin. Yung you have to hold on to that emotions, like just shrug it off, ganyan. Yung generation kasi ngayon, I guess because of accessibility sa nalalaman or information, yun ang naabutan nilang generation, being open, talk about it, ganyan. So, parang it doesn't serve the purpose kung tayo, i-invalidate yun.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, in-encourage natin siya eh.
Yes.
As they discover this new this new topic. It's to me, it's still a new topic, ha.
Oh yeah,
Kasi,
yeah, definitely. I think
yeah.
I think no generation kasi natin din. Again, just because it's not, the knowledge is not that accessible compared to now because of social media, digital age, internet, etc. Tayo kasi before, new generation natin, when someone is feeling bad, ang sinasabi ng mga magulang or ng mga mas nakakatanda sa atin is there are more important things to do
Right.
and focus because rather than this.
Right. Yeah.
I think yun yung nangyari. And then ikaw, since yun na naririnig mo sa ibang tao, I probably would just have to shrug it off.
Right.
Baka tama naman sila.
Correct.
So, and when that happens, a lot of people then siguro are, alam mo yung some people can actually get out of it and then really moved on. And these are the people na I would say super resilient and super strong. But may iba na talagang dumadating sa point na nagbe-break talaga sila.
I think ako ma-share ko lang because paano ko ba explain? I became a mom at tender age, and at that time I didn't have any choice but to be stronger.
Yep.
And then now pag nag-uusap kami ng anak ko, tinatanong niya ako ng mga questions like, how is your postpartum? I'm like, girl, you gotta be kidding me. I did have time. I didn't have time to acknowledge postpartum. I was busy raising you at that moment, So from that moment, it led me to working hard to
Yes.
provide for her. And at some point, kailangan kong i-anchor yung sarili ko dun sa nakasanayan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me dismiss that, those thoughts for now. I'm not gonna address them kasi kailangan ko magtrabaho at malakas akong babae, strong, independent woman kasi yun ang nakasanayan ko.
Right.
So so eventually nag-come into full circle. Alam mo yun? So kailangan kong i-address siya kasi parang nahirapan na rin ako na parang meron palang mga na super yung mga emotions na napunta na lang somewhere maybe in my subconscious na nagmamanifest kapag umiinit ang ulo, nagbe-breakdown, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Funny kasi sorry to cut you, na pick up ko lang yung postpartum kasi funny, maybe a few weeks ago.
Hindi ka nag-postpartum?
But I was in a group of mothers.
Okay.
Most of them are young moms. In fact, some of them are pediatricians. And they're talking about postpartum, and it's real. Like, it's really...
Yeah.
For coming from, for somebody na who's already aware of it, speaks openly about how real it is and how hard it is, sabi niya.
Wow.
So, anyway, go on.
Ako nga siguro parang nagka-postpartum na lang ako. Kung meron, if there's such a thing, later on in life na lang.
Delayed postpartum.
Delayed. Super delayed.
After 10 years.
No, mga ganun, whatever.
Can we clarify, postpartum ba to o menopausal stage?
So, yun lang. So, going back, it was just a series of, acknowledging your mental health and making sure that everything is in order. I know, there are some things na kaya ko lang gawin for myself. Pero, ako kasi ang paniniwala ko, if I am not sane, everything will fall apart.
Yes.
I need to make sure na okay ang mental health ko.
Kasi ang dami mong responsibility.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Diba?
So, okay ang mental health ko that I have to exercise. I need to find time to take care of myself. Otherwise, mahirapan akong i-hold up yung other responsibilities ko.
Yeah. I think the key takeaway is, since we're talking about two different generations, obviously these kinds of things evolve as, ages or as years goes by. Tayo in our generation should adjust to the current norm or the current awareness. At the same time, siguro it's also call to action for the current generation to somehow understand where we're coming from. And I think, meeting in the middle would somehow create more understanding. No? There's also one thing I want to talk about since kanina we're talking about the impact of social media to our mental health. No, napansin nyo ba nowadays because of social media, it's so it's so reachable and everyone is so connected. Ang dali ng cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like people bash online, people criticize other people. People say a lot, say mean things about people. And in that effect, hindi natin na-realize yung impact nun sa ibang tao, sa pinapatamaan nun. What's your thought on that?
Ako, honestly, well, for my age, I'm only using Facebook and TikTok. Parang feeling ko wala na ako energy mag-Instagram, to be honest. Anyway, so for me, what I do is I actually snooze majority of my friends. Anybody who I believe hindi nagko-contribute sa akin. Intellectually, spiritually, emotionally.
That's how you manage it.
That's how I manage. I snooze so that I do not create anything in my mind about that person as well. So when the time comes that we meet face to face in any opportunity,
no biases.
No, walang bias. Fresh ang utak ko. Ay, nga pala. So and then I can ask that person freely. Usually ang sinasabi niya na, I don't know, let me give an example, like, kagaling ko lang sa Hong Kong. So, sasabi ko, talaga, how was it? So, parang, di mo alam. So, sila yung magtataka na. I also wanna let them understand that not everybody, watch your life. So, yun ang ginagawa kong sa akin. That's how I manage it. I filter all of them. I snooze, I unfollow, or whatever.
Because you have a choice. So, I think that's our message. You have a choice.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You have
how to
you have a
manage
choice.
it. Yeah. Ikaw, Yong, like, what's your thought about cancel culture?
Ano yan very tricky discussion kasi ako personally, I don't like it kasi
It's toxic.
It's toxic, personally, pero sometimes nagiging excuse din kasi ang cancel culture to invalidate the actual thing that the person did.
Yeah.
Nagiging excuse siya. So it depends on it really depends on what the person did kung ba't siya na-cancel. Pero wala naman yung pinagkaiba sa trial by publicity .
Correct.
Alam mo
Which
yan?
was happening a long time
A
ago.
long time ago. So parang ganun lang din naman siya. Pero connecting it to my mental health, I can easily just dismiss it. You know, like if there's an issue in social media, if it doesn't affect me, I'm sorry. For my mental health, hindi ko na siya binibigyan ng pansin.
Na-bash na ba kayo or na-cancel?
Maybe secretly, not publicly yet.
Okay.
Pero siguro nandun pa ako, may self-awareness pa ako sa gitna. And I live in my own bubble, in my own circle, so I don't know. Pero publicly, not yet. Hopefully, not yet, you know. And tama ka dun parang pipili ka rin kasi ng social media na iko-consume mo.
Yes.
So, right now, for work, Facebook, for entertainment, IG, and TikTok, na none of those are, safe. In cancel culture. Pero yun, I think that's a nice step, pag merong
Correct. Ako personally,
unfollow.
I have not experienced the public like cancel culture, but I'm pretty sure there is. I'm pretty sure there is, you cannot please everybody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You cannot please everybody. A lot of people will have a thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, for example, a good example
Tayo
is...
rin kahit tayo rin
Exactly. Actually, pag nag-stop tayo ng recording, may pag-uusapan tayo.
Meron tayong, like, privately we talk about specific people, a person.
It's probably human nature that, we can't please everybody. And I think like, for example, this one, a good example is this podcast, like, I'm talking to people, like, talking about life lessons and all. There will be people telling na, ano bang Kay niyan? Bakit niya to ginagawa? Bakit niya sinasabi? And parang I somehow prepared myself on that. And ang nilalagay ko na lang sa utak ko is that the reason why I'm doing it.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm doing it, and that's the only thing that matters. I
At saka sila nga, hindi nila magawa to eh. Diba? Mag-podcast din kayo
Yeah.
ng isang taon.
And actually, you find your two closest friends, put them all,
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
this regular segment na Ka-Forties.
Actually, yun ang ano ko. Yun
Yeah.
ang ano ko ngayon, ang not mantra but what I believe in, yung don't talk to me something na hindi mo kayang gawin.
Oh.
You know, yung parang don't criticize me on things that I do na hindi mo naman kayang gawin.
Yep.
'Di ba? Show
Yeah.
me, ha? No hate tayo dito. No hate. Bigyan. Pero 'di ba? Yun eh. Parang just maybe
It's all about mindset.
yeah.
Yeah, the mindset, no. All right, so let's probably shift to a different trigger. So kanina we talked about social media, no.
Okay.
The other trigger kasi is obviously, and I think you guys would probably agree to this, is this social economic status of us, basically.
Mhm.
And it triggers the mental health disorders. So there has been a study as well
Yan.
na, diba, dunong-dunungan tayo.
Oo.
There has been a study, syempre, na parang ano, and it makes a lot of sense na yung mental health disorder or impact sa isang tao, it's also coming from their economic status in life.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, did you guys know that those na diagnosed with depression and anxiety, a lot of these people are coming from the workforce who actually lost jobs,
Yeah.
cannot
Easily.
find jobs, or probably because they cannot continue their studies because of poverty.
Yeah.
So the status itself is making an impact to that. So with that said, yeah, it's quite anong tawag doon, like it's an ugly truth.
Oh, yeah.
It's an ugly
Harsh
truth.
reality.
Harsh reality.
Yeah.
Na sometimes sabi nila, 'di ba, happy people are more productive, turns out to have a good economy, but at the same time, bad economy or bad social status could also impact your own mental health, and you be less productive.
Pero ano 'di ba? Parang we shouldn't forget the fact na hindi porket may pera or mayaman is not susceptible
Right.
to this kind of ano. We're just talking about one of the reasons
Yes.
why people are getting depressed or anxious kasi some of them are lost their jobs, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yun, may point ba sa like na experience natin na may ganong triggers, and I think ako personally, I'll share.
Mhm.
And for example, if you're venturing out into something different, like a job or
Yeah.
or a new career, hindi naman talaga may iwasan na it's gonna have an impact to your mind because there's a lot of what ifs.
Oo naman.
Yeah.
Yeah, parang there's a lot of parang uncertainties and the fear of failure
Yeah.
And rejection.
and rejection.
And
And
na you've reached na a certain
Yes.
status in the
Yes.
work.
yes, and I
workforce,
think if it's gonna get into your head, that's probably where dun ka medyo malulugmok, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm probably just a very optimistic and positive person
Mhm.
na somehow na maneuver and na manage that. But admittedly, there's a lot of people as well na alam mo yan, cannot really handle those kind
Yeah.
of things.
I remember there was a time that, I needed to find job and
Sino ba yan?
It was
Gusto niya sumali?
Hi.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
I remember there was a time that I needed to find job and for some reason wala lang ako mahanap. Like
naalala ko yan.
like literal wala. So obviously I have to, siguro gusto ko lang magpasalamat at masinop akong humawak ng pera. But at the end of the day, you need funds, you need cash flow. So I was just trying to find a job, but I just couldn't find any. So all the insecurities kailangan pumasok. Is it because I'm old? Is it because
You're not capable.
Exactly. Am I not capable of working anymore in the workforce? Is it because wala na akong alam sa nangyayari? Wala. Talagang kung ano-ano na lang yung pumapasok sa utak ko. So, which could obviously lead, kung hindi ko siya inalagaan, could lead into some sort of depression or something. But of course, it only comes to a certain, certain phase.
Yep.
Mindset pa rin ang magdadala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eka nga, the people that you hang out with, the books
Yeah.
that you read,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the shows that you watch, whatever it is, you just have to, turn things
I
around.
remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
That
phase
phase.
ng-
Yeah.
Oh.
Oo.
Yeah.
Actually, din, siguro, I know we're talking about this as part of awareness to the viewers and listeners. And admittedly, each one of us may kanyang struggle in the past
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that somehow affected
I remember
our mental health.
I remember nung first time na na-diagnose yung nanay ko ng Alzheimer's. Sabi ng doctor was one of the reasons daw why people are nade-depressed or anxious is because of money.
Mm-hmm.
So valid naman yung reason sinabi niya.
Yeah.
Though hindi naman namin napatunayan na yun yung reason kung ba't nagkaroon ng depression daw yung nanay ko. But just recently, personally na-experience ko siya eh.
Yeah.
Like I think most of us experience that, yung talagang stillness, yung
Yep.
wala nangyayari.
Yeah, you're just trying to make ends meet,
Oo, tapos there are things na na hindi mo na siya control eh. So what I did then, kasi just like you, nagawa ko na lahat eh. And
Yep.
also nagkaroon kasi nga ako ng transition from living in Baguio, then balik
Yep.
dito, and then I'm just starting all over again. Parang nung sabi ko mga 2 months, 3 months na parang nothing's happening. Alam mo
Yeah.
yun, as a freelancer. Dahil pina-sage ko itong bahay. Kasi alam mo yun, parang feeling what's happening? Parang mali ba ang posisyon ng mga bagay-bagay? Did I not bless this house well? Pero talagang ang naging takeaway ko na lang nun was that I really need to fight back. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
and hindi pa siya end of the line.
Yeah.
Though may mga ganun na akong naiisip na parang maybe it's not about
Yeah.
about this. Pero I'm glad na I surpassed it and things are doing well. Pero I will not forget that especially this year kasi I haven't experienced that for years eh.
Wow.
You know. So familiar na unfamiliar face siya.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I didn't know
like an
that.
old
Thank
friend.
you for sharing.
oh, hindi
Oo.
kasi parang siguro maturity wise parang kaya mo siya eh.
Oh,
Alam mo
yes,
yun?
yes,
Kaya mo siya
I
eh.
get
Parang,
you. Kaya ko to eh.
should I
Wait
dwell
lang
on it?
ah.
Pero I have a few friends na
Yeah.
I'm really vulnerable with and yung I can just say bluntly about what's happening with me.
Aha,
So, ang sa akin kasi nun, in connection with mental health, masabi ko lang siya out loud,
Yeah.
okay na ako.
Aha.
Like,
Right.
sabihin ko lang, I'm sad kasi nothing's happening with me. Like,
Aha.
Yeah.
hindi umaandar, walang ganito, walang ganyan. So like, I need help, I need
Yes.
loans, I need, alam mo
Yes.
yon.
Aha.
Yes.
Maybe I should get bank loans, etc. Maybe I should sell my shares, whatever. Pero, I think
Nalampasan.
nalampasan and
Yeah.
it's just part of the lessons, na kailangan mong maging prepared at
Ang ganda
some
nun, no?
point. eh.
Yeah. I did learn about that. Kasi ako, na-share ko lang po sa inyo, ang aming viewers. Sa aming tatlo, ako yata yung mapag-share na.
Oversharing?
Hindi, di ba? Like, I think
Really open,
medyo
no?
naman
Open,
ako
open.
na open. Sinasabi ko,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is exactly what I'm going through. Ganyan.
And it's not something that I'm trying to hide.
Right.
Yeah,
Just, parang there are good days and bad days.
Yeah.
Nagkataon lang na medyo na-stretch yung bad days.
Right,
Na naging
right.
bad weeks and months.
Yes.
Right.
Na parang to a point na I just accepted it na maybe this is part of the transition. I need to learn something from this. Ganun na lang. I'm just so happy. Shout out to friends na
Hi, friends.
na nagbigay ng sa akin ng support
Yeah.
and moral, financially, and
Wow.
I just moved maybe at ease.
Right.
Yeah.
Yung move forward with ease. dahil
Sorry, maibalik ko lang. So,
Go.
bilang ako nga po yung oversharer sa aming tatlo, minsan naiisip ko na, ano ba yan? Hindi kaya sila naiinis kasi share ako ng share. Pero parang sa akin kasi parang, hindi, okay na yun. At least may nasabihan ako.
Yes.
Otherwise, if I keep it to myself, parang,
yun lang
Actually,
yun eh.
oh,
Yun lang
actually,
yun eh.
that's true. Kasi, life will throw you things.
right.
And to your point kanina, sabi mo, you cannot control those kind of things that's gonna happen. What you can control is how are you going to react and respond to that.
Right.
And
And I
sometimes,
guess yun yung, sorry to cut you, yun yung comes with our age.
yes.
Yun yung,
Parang kasi, and it means a lot talaga na as simple as letting it or verbalizing it to someone.
yeah.
Ito yung mga term na nabunutan ka ng tinik sa puso
yeah.
kasi nasabi mo.
And it's not, parang trying to seek help. You
Yes.
just want to talk about it.
Yes.
Kasi
yes.
I think when you verbalize it to a friend or to a family member, when you talk about it,
That's help
that's
alone.
already, number one, that's already an indicator that you're asking for help. And then the other one is, and I think the most important one is, when you tell that to your friend or to someone, that's already acknowledging that you're experiencing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Yun.
first step
you,
of...
you hit
yeah.
the keywords.
You hit the button.
Acknowledge. you
Ako nga, to
acknowledge
tell-
it.
to
Yeah,
tell
you
you-
are having problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kasi there's a lot of people who's parang siguro I don't know, maybe their ego talking na parang I don't want to talk to other people
Right.
because
Okay lang ako.
kaya ko to. Pero the thing is, you need help talaga.
Yeah.
Ako, I don't know if this is still part of the topic, but when we actually met last week. So from February, last week
Last
lang po
week,
kami
right.
ulit na kompleto kasi birthday niya.
Talaga ba?
Diba?
Oh, yeah,
mas
yeah.
nakikita yata kayo eh. Anyway,
Nanonood siya ng play. Nanonood ka ng play?
oh yeah,
Play,
right.
play. Pero
So, nakita po kami separately, pero last week lang na
As a
kompleto
group,
ulit.
Ah.
So, I figured, friends, yung core mo, they keep you sane. They keep you grounded.
Madalas din kasi tayo, madalas kasi tayo rin nag-uusap eh.
Oh.
Sa GC at nakikita rin natin mga sarili natin.
Oh, so yun, pumili po kayo ng tamang kaibigan, friends. Okay lang po na marami kayong circle, but you need to identify who your core
group.
people are,
They're gonna be your foundation, your
Yes,
rock.
exactly.
Yeah, kasi sometimes when you feel that you're alone, you feel that you're empty, these friends, this core, would help you be reminded of that foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad na yung nasa party ko last time. Yun yung mga core groups ko na somehow nasasabihan ko kayo
Yeah.
ng facets of what I'm going through.
Yes.
Kasi
So, mag-insert ka ng mga pictures ng party niya.
Actually, kaya ba naghahanap ka ng mga old pictures natin? To be honest, wala na talaga akong old pictures natin.
No, you know what?
kalimutan na natin yung mga
Because for me, it's when you reflect, oh my gosh, back when we were college, ganito lang kami, ganito, hanggang sa naging ganyan, and look where we are now.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun?
Sobrang interesting ng stage ng buhay natin ngayon kasi nga
Ang lakas ng ulan sa labas.
Oh, really?
We're so aware.
Yeah.
Sobrang taas ng self-awareness natin sa mundo natin, sa sarili natin, sa mga close friends natin or close family members. Kaya we were able to process this kind of things. And siguro maganda rin na yung openness natin
Yes.
sa isa't isa.
Yes. No judgments kasi.
No judgment, yeah.
And then,
Kasi kung judge ka, di elbow mo yun.
tsaka yung honesty
Hindi,
nyo.
I think ginudge natin si Sooz, pero okay lang.
Madalas.
Oo din.
Madalas. Pero sila rin yung nagbibigay ng sagot na kailangan ko.
Para naalala ko yung sa Mean Girls, di ba? It's only okay when I say that. Di ba?
Tayo lang yun yung sabi. Pero yung going back to the economic status, I mean, I know a lot of people and I understand them really well because I've I've experienced it. Siguro it's a matter of choosing lang what path you will go or like you just move on, I guess, and fight more.
Yep.
You know, and meron at meron darating. It's all about timings
That's
right.
true.
Ako naman, bilang dating OFW, no? At well, isa lang ang nararamdaman ko kasi palagi eh. Ano ko palang, opinion ko lang po to, no? Mga viewers.
Mga ka-mamshies.
Mga ka-40s. Yung Pilipinas, minsan para siyang toxic relationship na ang hirap iwanan.
Hirap mahalin.
Hirap mahalin, ang hirap iwanan. Pero ako po kasi, choice ko po ito dati po akong OFW, but really, I know that my heart belongs to the Philippines. Like, this is where I want to retire.
Yeah.
I did live abroad.
Oo, iba din yan.
Turkey and LA. Pero alam ko talaga na parang kaya ko namang kitain yung kinikita ko abroad. Yun nga lang, ang hirap dito. Isipin mo, pupunta ka ng meeting, you need 3 hours to prepare.
Oh my God,
Pero stuff like that, the traffic, it's just so difficult. Like, if I wanna enjoy simple things, like see the mountains, see the ocean, mahirap din kasi you need to, I don't know, like travel too far, something
Right.
like that. Yun lang. So, kaya napapansin po natin, mas marami din talagang healthcare professionals abroad.
Umalis.
At talagang sinisikap.
51% of the nurses are going abroad. 61% of the physical therapists are going abroad.
So, can you imagine yung talento na pwede sana nating gawin dito? Wala eh. Talagang Tsaka, kasi yung parang na-realize ko, kunwari, meron akong goal na gusto ko ng ganito, ganyan-ganyan. Ita-timeline mo, ima-mapping mo. Pwede mo siyang ma-achieve abroad like maybe in 3, 4, 5 years max. Dito hindi. Kailangan ka mag-loan sa pag-ibig, bank finance, financing, in-house finance, whatever you call that, it takes years.
That's
So
true.
imagine, bago ka pa mabunutan ng tinik sa lahat ng mga proyekto na pinangarap mo, matanda ka na talaga. Diba?
That's
Ayun.
true.
We're also coming from a privilege point. I would say positively, we're coming from a privileged point of view. Kaya rin natin na pag-uusapan ng mental health.
That's
Because,
true.
like ako personally, if I feel something that's not or a little bit off, we can go somewhere else eh.
Yes.
Minsan mo kasi na it's hard to go to one place to another. Pag may nararamdaman ka, it's hard to, gusto mo umakyat ng bundok, mag-beach and all. Like, we all have those access outside of our country.
Right.
Dito, you have to have money.
Correct.
Yeah.
Bago ka makapag-unwind.
At makapag-me time.
Makapag-me time.
Yeah.
Apologies to those na natatap namin na, maybe judging us na it's easier for us to, to distress, to decompress because again, I want to acknowledge that kind of privilege because we work hard for it. I guess that's coming also from working hard for a lot of
And it wasn't easy then.
It wasn't easy then.
Leaving your family behind.
Kaya going back din dun sa like our generation, we can easily like not afford it but at least address
Right.
if needed.
I remember one time we went to Bali and then parang palagi mo kami iniimbitahan. So parang ako nung nagtinanong, magkano ba kasi? Baka naman mahal. Tapos yung sinabi mo na parang magkano isang villa? 2.5?
Uy, mas mura pa sa Bali
Mas mura pa
kaysa
sa
sa
Bali kaysa sa
Boracay.
Boracay.
Parang
Sa
hindi ako
Inido.
makapaniwala. Seriously, isang villa na yan?
Para ka nagpansol. Pag
Diba?
'di ba sa pansol
Diba,
ang daming
Pansol,
mga
Bali level lang yan.
resort. Ang pansol, 'di ba, parang you can rent
House.
anyway, not to compare, pero ang Bali kasi parang you can afford a very nice villa sa presyong pansol. So if you get the reference, congratulations. Pero it's an issue na mas mahal pa rin talaga ang traveling sa Pilipinas kaysa sa ibang bansa.
That's true.
It would be a different story kasi these two are we all love to travel, so maybe that's another topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pero we are lucky to have that privilege na every time we have to decompress, to distress, we do that. So I guess if you can, that's a nice tip.
Yeah. And then probably like in their own ways.
In their own ways.
You don't have to go to Bali.
Yeah.
I mean,
kaya kami lang naman yung
right. So I guess I mean, starting to talk about the mental health and these kinds of awareness coming from our generation and today's generation is really insightful, di ba?
Mhm.
Parang siguro at one point you would feel that we are fortunate tayo in our generation because we've experienced these kinds of things na we can say na nalampasan natin
Yeah.
without the resources, without the knowledge that we currently
Right.
have.
Yeah.
So I guess ang takeaway talaga dito sa atin and even sa viewers and all is really just to be aware and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's I know
You
it,
don't need money.
Yes.
Right.
To reach out to friends, to family.
it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
but I think tama yung sinabi ni Sus kanina, know your core.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably that's a start, no, and acknowledging it
Yes.
that you're experiencing
Actually, that's the very first step. Acknowledge it. Hanggat hindi nyo po tinatanggap na meron kayong
Yes.
pinagdadaanan,
it, and you keep on
yes,
making excuses.
are dismissing your thoughts or just, ano nga yung tawag nyo dati doon? Positive psychology.
Toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity.
Yeah.
I-acknowledge nyo po, tanggapin nyo po. And then once you acknowledge it, find the right people. You don't necessarily have to tell whatever you're feeling to anybody, to the entire, to everyone actually. Find the most important people whom you feel will give you proper advice. Go to therapy, and most importantly, seek professional help
Yes.
po. May mga
If you
bagay
can,
po
yeah.
na hindi lang nadadaan sa simpleng therapy po.
Yep.
Kailangan po siyang ipagamot.
Right. And yun.
True.
Ikaw yun, like some parting words as well to maybe to wrap this up.
Importante kasi, okay, for the younger ones, if you're experiencing something na what we talked about, siguro ang una kong gagawin is detach to social media. Like,
Yeah.
umalis muna kayo dyan.
Social media detox.
Oo, like, I do that.
Oh, you do that.
I do that at least once a month or a month to a month sa social media detox ako, like what I do, I just go back to basics, talk to friends, reach out to family if you're close with them,
Or have me time.
focus on yourself, work out, go back to your hobbies, I don't know, and then don't be ashamed, I guess, na you're going through something, because all of us,
We're going
whatever
through
levels, whatever, walang measure ang
Yeah.
struggle, kasi iba-iba naman tayo ng pinagdadaanan.
Yep.
Wala ring gauge kung mas matindi ang pinagdadaanan ng isa
Yes.
kaysa. Lumaki tayo kasi sa ganun yung mini-measure yung
Yeah.
yung struggle, like
Yeah.
kung isipin niyan, si ano nga
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
walang makain, si ano nga ganito.
Yeah.
I'm not saying those reasons are invalid, pero you as a person should know, I guess, better.
Yes.
Kasi mas sarili mo yan mas ikaw na kilala sa sarili mo. I agree with Suz, if you can, seek professional help, kasi people like us, or the normal people who didn't study it, wala kaming kapasidad to diagnose,
Yep.
Marami ng venues, avenues to deal with such problems, like life coaching,
Right.
if you can't afford a psychiatrist or psychologist, or talk to your closest teacher.
Yes.
If you're very religious, talk to your pastor, talk to
Right.
a priest, yung
Yeah.
mga ganon. So,
That's
it's
true.
really one step talaga. I think we touched base it kanina, is one step is to really just vent it first. Like, I have a problem.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
the first thing.
That's the first. Acknowledging and addressing it at once.
Yep.
So,
Ako
I
ang
guess
wish
yun.
ko is ang wish ko aside from what you guys have mentioned is I do hope that I'm looking forward for the day that it would come that we will also get the support from the government
Right.
Right.
to focus on these things, because at the end of the day, giving that kind of resources and power to the people to
Mhm.
to talk about it, to seek help, or to
We forgot to mention na mental health is equally as important as physical health.
that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
I
That's
always tell
correct.
that to my friends.
And then the other way, and the other item that I wanted to share to people is that even if you're not experiencing any mental disorder or
Mhm.
mental struggles, as simple as checking your friend if they're okay or how are you
Yeah.
goes a long way. So maybe this is a sign that you also check with your friends, your family if they're
Yes.
okay. Because when you sometimes those people who are experiencing challenges and struggles, they just don't know how to start talking about it. But when you ask them how they are, that's the trigger for them to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
And talking is acknowledging, and talking is the first step to to being okay, to being okay,
Yeah.
right? Heavy ba usapan natin?
Ano? Simpleng ano lang namin to.
Ganito tayo.
Ah, yeah.
Recorded lang to, pero this is how it
Tsaka medyo yun, mas formal ng konti. Kasi,
Compared to sa
Because
last episode.
we have images to protect. We have
Yeah.
reputations to uphold.
Compared sa last episode.
Hindi, pero mental health talaga is really
Yes.
it's really a sensitive topic.
Yes,
you
it
know,
is, it
kasi we only can go as far as like our own personality.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I wanted to.
We're not
Hala na yun.
speaking for in behalf
Yes.
of other or more people.
Actually, I wanted to put that as a disclaimer. We're not professionals.
Right.
We're not,
But Sooz here is a
psychology major.
major.
So we're not professional.
One thing I appreciate with Sooz, pag may sinishare ako sa kanya is we both process things, you know, and it's coming from something na
as a guidance counselor.
oo, na both of us don't understand but we're willing to learn, to know, ganon. Hindi naman lahat alam mo agad eh.
yeah.
That's true. That's
Kasi
true.
lahat tayo iba-ibang pinanggagalingan, economic status,
Yeah.
family dynamics, age, etc.
Yep. Ayun. So, no, I think we're wrapping this up.
Yeah.
Once again, let's
Yes.
cheers.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
for
Thank
your
Yeah,
you.
congratulations.
Thank
Happy
you.
anniversary.
Ang wish na lang natin kay Paul,
Okay,
quickly,
sige.
continue doing this, continue inspiring people regardless kung how many
Yeah.
views, how many people are watching,
Yeah.
whatever. Just do it kasi may purpose siya. I always tell people, do things with purpose
Yes.
and with good intention. So,
Thank you. And
cheers.
this won't be the last that you would see the Ka-Forties.
Ay,
Kasi this will be a regular subsegment.
Regular.
Pag-monetize na to.
Oo. Di ba? Di ba?
Ingat na.
Hindi, pero seriously, yun nga. So parang again, thank you for the message. Thank you for taking the time
course.
to be here again.
Ano wish ni Sooz?
Yes, anong wish mo, Sooz?
Well, ang wish ko is actually just stick to your why. Why are you doing this in the
Yes.
first place? Because there are gonna be days where you're gonna be wala tamad, walang inspirasyon,
Yeah.
nawala ang passion for some reason. I don't know.
Busy.
Just be consistent and show up every day. I'm sure your gym instructor tells you that as
Yes,
well.
just show up.
Just show up, you know. Yun.
No, tama. No, and I appreciate then this core specifically, and obviously those people who always believe in this platform, in this podcast. You guys fired me up, so thank you.
We are just a bunch of people who love Sooz.
Yeah.
Opo.
Yeah, that's
Kung may sense man sila sa inyo,
Yep.
edi thank you.
Yeah,
Correct.
Kung
salamat.
wala, edi okay lang.
Yeah. So yun guys, so I think we're wrapping this up. Thank you so much for staying on. If you're still here listening or are watching us in YouTube, thank you so much sa pagstay, and we'll catch you again in the next episode.
I'm sorry. Bago na
Yeah.
ngayon. Before, nope. It's like that. Yeah.
Ano ibig sabihin nito?
Heart.
Heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Tsaka yung isa pa yung ganun?
Mewing.
Mewy.
Yeah, mewing.
Mewy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Thanks guys. Bye.
Thanks.